is what we call
hater shit.
There is no better term. You know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. And then there was something else. Oh yeah, so yesterday I actually got together hours of my video shoots and photo shoots for Xavier. It's not sexy content. It's a copy of my original business plan for GoPro Solo, which was my pain and what I've learned and words, poetry, verses. It's a dope collection, and I've been working really hard for many years on creating it. And with all the technology we have right now, it doesn't even cost that much to create it myself. So I'm like, I have to do this. I owe it to myself. So this is my second formal book. The first one is my novel, and I'm actually going to break that into 3 as soon as I can get. I'm hoping that what's going on is that there's a statute of limitations on a lot of the shit that I talk about in my book, and that whoever's hacking me will get the fuck over themselves and stop hacking me once the statute of limitations is reached. Or that enough people will work their ways into other situations that it won't matter. Hopefully in a few years, they'll back off and I'll be able to actually completely publish that book. You have no idea how many hours I've spent trying. But for the photo shoot book and the coffee table book and my captions and my poems and my verses and my hashtags and my branding and the evolution of my art and where my heart was when I was creating it, as it applies to my own life as well as the lives of all the people around me and groups that I don't even know who were experiencing similar, what is that Rick and Morty thing called? Not parallel universes, but kind of like that. So I'm really excited about it. 4 days I've been working on it. I'm using Google Pages and Google Photos to share the stuff that I'm working on with Xavier, because he's working on it with me.
Oh, you can share it
and
now?
Again, I've said this on Instagram. If you guys have any art in the book and you want credit for it, let me know.
What happened?
I'm going to post in my street art. There's a couple of pieces. There's a bear that I always see around that I want to include at least in one photo. There's a bunch of Frida stuff that I want to include. There's just a lot of different stuff, and it's gonna, if you want to be named, if you want to be tagged, whoever you are, then let me know. If not, no big deal. If you don't want it published, please let me know that as well. And I can put it in or take it out. So that's up to you. And then I'm giving myself 3 months timeline on this project, because I can create the pages in my phone and alter them and go back and forth. And then if they're still hacking me, I can just put it off for another day when they're not hacking, because they don't watch my phone, or they're not hacking my phone 24/7. There are little pockets when I don't know if they fall asleep, or I don't know if they if the corrupt team goes to prison and the regular team comes back and I get to start working again. I really don't know what it is, but during those times, if I give myself 3 months, since the work's already done, most of it, the photos are already done, but curating on the actual page is art in itself, and using the words and pairing the words and the emotion that I was feeling when I was feeling it. And some of the dates are significant, not to, the experience, but to numerology, and to the emotions that I was feeling at the time, not to the timeline, but to God and the heavens. And there would be times, you guys, I don't know if Apple would go into my phone and change my time to make me feel supported. If they did, or whoever, thank you. There were times that was all that was getting me through, and I'm not out of it. I'm still in the thick of it. I'm outside in a tent going on year, who even knows, 4. But I haven't given up. I'm about to have a baby. They can't take away a woman's baby who doesn't have some sort of reason to have the baby taken. And shelter is our right. The city of Chicago has shelters. I can prove that I have been on the waiting list for 2 years. There's no excuse. They have no legal right. And I have lawyers all over the place waiting for a reason. So hopefully this is all worked out by then. Oh my God, I keep forgetting why I was going to tell you this. So I start working on the novel again. I mean, the coffee table book again yesterday. They hack Google Photos. They say that I have to upload or I'll allow permission to all my photos if I'm going to use Google Photos, which is not the way it's supposed to be. You're supposed to be able to choose. You pick edit select photos, and then you can upload the photos that you're going to pick. Right? They're not letting me. They're making me put all my photos. So I did that, and then I tried sharing the folder with Xavier like literally 6 times. It doesn't share. It doesn't go. So I'm sending him the photos individually, and I haven't sent him the captions yet. And he's not, as I said, he's not doing all of them. There are certain photos of me because of the outfits that I'm having him crop and remove just me from the background, and we're putting it into like the words that I was saying and forming the words around, and a lot of it has to do with my tattoos, and so there's just a lot going into it and a lot of effort, and it's not about me personally, it's about how I used my own experience and body to relate to others, to express my pain, to document my journey and the way that is perceived. And the only beauty, that can be removed from some of these ugly situations. So I'm just really excited about it, and that's my passion project. It's not just this coffee table book, it's creating things that help people, that are beautiful, that are enjoyable to consume. I have fucking put so many hours out there, scared to death, being anxious. This coffee table book is like the opposite of that. It's like all my like lives are like that part of the breath, right? The coffee table book is like the part of the breath, if that makes sense. So, I don't know. I don't want to hang up until Xavier gets back. I hate doing that. Not hang up. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you guys. So we went to go, every month I go take a couple bags of goodies to my children. I have 2 older kids, 15 and 17, in the northwest suburb area near Chicago, like right next to Chicago, northwest side. And then I have 1 daughter in the northwest side of Chicago, like not far north. She's like in the Portage Park area. And the other kids are like in the O'Hare area. So it's not far from each other, but it's like 20 miles from where we are when we stay by the beach. So that's a 20, 25 mile walk depending. And we usually make it in like a day and a half. But this time I didn't want to leave. I wanted to stay out there. And I wanted to go visit the kids again. But there's always some drama, So, and it's embarrassing for me to let my kids see me living like this. I live clean. I wash myself. I get myself together. I work on stuff still. I'm not like an animal. I'm not doing drugs. I'm not doing any weird sex. I'm in a monogamous relationship. I have 1 husband. He's Xavier. That's the only person that I'm ever with. I'm completely isolated from most of the rest of the world. I talk to my kids every day, multiple times on FaceTime, other than Alexis, my youngest, who randomly, her father said in May, after I took her to the park one day, he's like, she has a dance recital on Thursday. Do you want to come? And I was like, yeah. Now, you guys remember my kids have lived with me their whole entire lives. He's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, I want to go. He calls me an hour later. You're not allowed to come to the dance recital, and Alexis isn't going to want to talk to you for a while. What? I'm sorry, you're a weekend father. But he's not a weekend father anymore. Now he's a full-time father, and it hurts my feelings because those are my babies.
And you're not a mom at all.
But, it's I forgot what to say. I'm just babbling around. Oh yeah, oh my God, I remember. So, what else, you guys? Oh yeah, what had happened? The latest, personal attack. So they're stopping me from working on the coffee table book because they won't allow me to upload any of my photos or do anything with Pages to Xavier. I've been the model, the curator, the photographer, the makeup artist, the designer, the everything on most of these. Literally shot them with myself, with a timer and one of those ring light stands. Why the fuck will they not let me send these pages to Xavier to start lifting off of backgrounds and wrapping in words? Who have I pissed off at Google? Or who is hacking? I don't understand it. So I'm getting frustrated. I spend like 4 hours trying to share these files with him and they're not going through, and I'm like literally like losing my mind. And then I start getting another influx of like negative energy. I'm not even gonna name it again because it was pretty not good. And I'm like, we have to move from here. So it's been 8 days that we were staying out there. I'm like, we have to move. I'm like, we're gonna go. I'm gonna do a workaround. I'm not gonna let this bring me down. I'm gonna stay positive and hopeful and optimistic. And we're gonna come up with a workaround. So for today, instead of going to, stay in here doing the coffee table book, we're gonna go to Jewel. I'm gonna get a little bit of cash back from the breakfast that I buy us. I'm gonna take that money to Marshall's, buy myself an outfit for my maternity photo shoot. I'm 27 weeks, 26 weeks, 5 days today. So in 2 days, I'll be 27. That's the first week of trimester 3. This is my final trimester and I'm gonna, give birth. Xavier almost gets hit by a fucking car and they don't let me get my money off of my card. So I cannot, even though I'm like, oh, no big deal, they're stopping me from working on the coffee table book, I could have another photo shoot, a maternity shoot. They stopped me from being able to do that. So they killed everything with my working on the coffee table book at that moment, killed everything with the photo shoot at that moment, and tried to kill Xavier with a car.
Wow.
Could not make this up. All of our luggages, all of our stuff falls down in the middle of the street. Could not make this up. I'm like sitting, that's when I made that update, that live update on Insta. I stayed live the entire time. Thank you.
I need to stretch my legs for a second.
What's wrong?
I'm gonna get the food while you're washing your hair. I'll go and get it.
What?
While you're washing your hair is when I'll go and get it.
Right now?
No, like when you start washing your hair.
Okay, so Xavier survives, doesn't get hit. It was a 4-door red sedan in the Portage Park area, and he gets out of there.
I think they were driving Lyft.
Who even knows? So I'm like at my wit's end by this point. The harassing messages every morning when I wake up, I cry a little because I miss my kids, and I tell Xavier I miss my kids. Sometimes Xavier is like his normal, loving, very supportive, like husband-like self, and then other times he is not. And on top of like whatever we're going through individually, the people who harass me, they also harass him, and they tell him lies about me, and they tell me lies about him, and vice versa. So there's just a lot of tension at all times, unless I don't know what happens that changes it, but I don't know, you guys. It's been rough. So then when I was about to give up, we got up and just started walking, and I started chanting. I'm like, Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever and ever. Amen. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses. And I'm just saying this over and over and over again, and just praying to God. And that line, like I told you before, that line, deliver us from and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. But I'm saying it over and over. That's about my breaking point these days, so it doesn't really take much. And so when I'm receiving all of this online hatred, like through my DM and my Google Voice account, and then it starts to carry over into other areas. Number one, I start getting so scared and anxious that it's affecting my children, or anyone's children. Like, if I can't handle this as an adult, no child should ever be subjected to this. Number two, I start like questioning every single thing I've ever done wrong in the world. And I'm a good girl. Like, I'm a nice girl. I'm nice, I'm kind, I'm compassionate, I'm a cool person. I don't deserve this, you know? And I start thinking, if this is how I'm being treated, imagine how people worse, way worse, real bad guys, like what's going on with them? And if the real bad guys are getting bullied like this, who are they taking it out on? You know, like that's the fucked up part that people don't understand. There's always going to be another outlet, you know? You can be really nasty and mean to someone and they're going to do the same. And if someone doesn't break the cycle, then the cycle doesn't get broken, you know, and that abuse is like throwing a rock in the water and it ripples out until it's so big. And who's in that water over there where the ripple is the largest, you know, and affects them the most, fucks up their stillness the most. Like, that's what I worry about. And if I'm being separated from my children, is it that? Is it so that the abuse that's affecting me doesn't affect them? And if that is the case, then why haven't the police realized that makes it a bigger priority? And why don't they pay more attention or help me more or something? Anyways, I'm gonna go wash my hair. Hopefully we could be productive today. If any sponsors want to send us food, that's fine. We're back. We're at the beach. I hope you guys have a great day. I don't want to be low vibe. Oh, I didn't tell you what happened this morning then. Let me just tell you now what happened this morning. Oh my God, I'm so pregnant, you guys. Ouchie. Oh.
Law enforcement knew how much I needed a bike.
So this morning, you guys know I've been on the waiting list for shelter placement for several years now. At 4 a.m., supposedly they tried to call me and I was sleeping, obviously. I'm 26 weeks pregnant. I get a text message notification that I'm going to post up. I posted it on my Insta that says, your shelter request has been closed. 5:39 a.m. It's been open for a year. I call immediately through 911 so that there's record. I call 911 and I ask 911 to transfer me to 311. And they do. And 311 tells me, we removed you from the list because someone called you and you didn't pick up. I said, it's 5:39 a.m. I'm 26 weeks pregnant. She said, let me see if there's anything we could do. Put me on hold, came back and said, no, yeah, you would have to just do another request. I'm sorry, what?
Did somebody mess with her?
I have hazel eyes, but these blue eyes are killing it. Yeah, so then I had a breakdown, like a little mini one. Thought about different ways to commit suicide. Then my baby started moving around again inside of me, and I realized that I can't kill myself. And we're back to curating the photo book and the novel and washing my hair and figuring out the rest as we can. So, if you guys are not following me already on Instagram, please do so. The more the merrier. I really need people to follow this story because life back, I have not given up, and I'm just asking that you please help out in any way, like anything from a meal to just support online and not letting this story be lost is greatly appreciated. It's expensive to keep these traumas and victimizations alive sometimes because, as they stay unresolved for longer and the victims grow more and more conscious and aware, the police and the city and the authorities are more on the line financially. And I really don't care about that if it's over. If it's not over, and it's not over because people are choosing to manufacture crime using my fucked up ass circumstances, that's a different story, you know? Okay, you guys, I love you guys. Have a great day. Can't wait to get back to the gym. I am feeling really slow, but I still fit a size medium at Target, and I'm 6 months pregnant, 5'9". So we're not doing.
Just end it. Okay? End it.
After sitting on the waiting list for a very long time for a shelter, I receive a call at 5:39 a.m. or a text rather saying your case has been closed. I call 911 and ask them to connect me to 311 again so I have all of double documentation. The woman answers and says my case is closed because they tried calling me at 5 a.m. and I was asleep. I am 26 weeks pregnant, November 16th in Chicago. It is going to be very cold very soon. I said, I'm calling now 10 minutes later.
Bruh, like that actually gave me chill bumps, I'm not gonna lie. That's pretty sad. Like, I'm still wondering if that's somebody who just messed with her. Because, I mean, I know she messed up before and, you know, she wouldn't follow the rules and do what she needed to do. But, I don't know.
She said that I need to start a new case if I want to be considered for placement.
What's kind of like crazy, it's not, I'm just wondering why that's the only thing she cropped. It was just that, you know, because sometimes she'll do like the whole thing, but she just cropped that one. Okay, me calling 311 for the millionth time after being told someone called me to pick me up at 4:30 a.m. and I didn't answer because apparently women who are 26... Okay, she said 20... Because apparently women who are 26 weeks pregnant and who have been on the waiting list aren't supposed to sleep. I mean, I guess I could see this happening, but I still feel like someone kind of messed with her if she was waiting. There's no way. I don't think both can be true. I don't think she would be waiting. What did she say? 2021? I don't think she would be waiting this long. And then whenever they finally do call her, like, it's gone. You know what I'm saying? But I could also see them calling you, and if you're not there, you're not there type shit. Because that's just how shit goes sometimes. It just be like that. I've never experienced that. So if anyone knows for sure in the comments, I'm wondering. You know what I'm saying? It's just weird. Like, I don't know. Okay, try to call the police. I love that one. Okay, that's just her call log. I don't need to see that. Same people. I don't want to be a part of this sick, fucked up game. Why are you people doing this? None of this is organic. The city of Chicago has shelters. The suburbs have shelters. Why am I being kept in a tent outside and separated from my family? Going into year 4, 26 weeks pregnant, 5 days.
I have a voicemail.
Okay, I have a question. Going back to if anyone actually knows about the whole 311 system. Is there rules of how you get into a shelter? Because I think, well, obviously there needs to be rules. But, okay, what I'm asking is, can Heather just walk to the shelter and be like, hey, you know, ask them if she can stay there and then go from there? Or does she have to, like, use 311 and then use them as a taxi service to go to the shelter? She walks all the time, so why can't she just walk to the shelter? Do you know what I'm saying? And then, so I'm curious, like, what would the shelter tell her? Would they be like, no, you have to go through 311? That's kind of crazy if you have to go through 311. I understand, like, signing forms or doing whatever you need to do, but I've never experienced that, so I don't have all that knowledge in how that goes.
I don't have a missed call. I have nothing. They closed my case at 5:39 a.m. After opening the case in September of 2021. I've been calling since September of 2023 every week. My father used to say to me, Heather, you have to follow up with these people. No one is just going to hand it to you. If there's a bunch of people who are requesting shelter, you have to stay on top of them. So starting September of this year, I began calling every week. Also, my father called and submitted a ticket for me to a landline number, his number. They don't want to help me. They want me to die in the street.
Oh my God.
I don't know what to do. So for everyone who doesn't believe me.
Okay, they use my name, my business emails. They register email in Dylan's and Marissa's name to my accounts. I apply and have applied to 40 to 100 jobs every month, or average, since 2019. They have destroyed my home, my car, and my peace over and over and over and over and over and over, and I don't know what else I can do.
When I say that they won't leave me alone, I'm going to show you guys something that I've not been wanting to put out there. I've never smoked crack in my life. I'm not fat. I'm 6 months pregnant. I'm very much a fitness person.
Okay, I don't know if you're actually this ignorant, Heather, but I think you do know if you are smoking weed on top of crack, even if it's residue, you are smoking crack, okay? So stay away from the pipe, literally.
I have 3 beautiful children who I still have legal custody of. Never lost it. Just don't want to drag around in the streets with me. And I don't understand any of this. I don't know where these claims of fat, homeless, hooker, rat, pig, snitch come from. And I don't know what it's going to take to make them stop. I also don't know how there could be any working government or working body of law enforcement. I report this over and over again. This is just since August. This is what my voicemail and text message inbox has looked like since 2020. 2020. On top of that, someone was literally fucking poking my boob, my under boob, with something that I'm allergic to create hives. They look identical to this. Let me show you.
Oh my gosh. You are fat and ugly. You are a lying thief. You deserve everything that's happened to you. Nobody cares about you. Everyone hates you. In fact, these are all realities, you fat, disgusting drug addict, crackhead, fat, disgusting pig. Quit living in fantasy world. Reality will always be there to slap you in your fat, toothless face. What the fuck? Some of y'all be going way too fucking far. For real, bro. Oh my gosh. Like, I don't even, it's like, I want to, but I don't want to read it. Hi, no, what was that? It's so sad because it's like the people who are actually trying to help her, you know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Even if it's just for like a meal or something for, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't even freaking matter at this point. She's so crazy in her head because some of y'all are out there validating the shit. Like, you know, texting. And I know we've talked about this before, but I know people have been fucking with her, like just adding on, no, obviously I don't believe everything, but yes, there are people out there who do text her stupid shit like this. There's people, what the fuck? I've had people were sending around her information that had, like, I'm pretty sure it had, like, her social on it, had her bank information on it. Like, the shit was fucked up. And it was like, I don't even know how many hands were on it. And whenever it got to mine, you know what I did? I fucking reached out to her and let her know that she has been doxxed and she needs to fucking change her passwords and everything else. That's it. And I don't care what you want to say, I'm a simp or not, but nobody fucking deserves that, to have your identity stolen and everyone know all your information, your phone number, your email, your social security number, your fucking payment card information. Like, give it a rest. You know what I'm saying? Like, there is a line. Let's try not to cross it, okay? We don't want to push someone. Well, I'm not fucking pushing nobody, but I don't understand the people out there who just want to, like, make it worse, like, just keep pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. Obviously, she's had enough, and she's crazy enough, so I think we're okay. We can calm down. I don't know why I was saying we, because I'm not a part of this shit. I don't do no little that shit like that. I don't be texting people ugly, nasty words like that. That's negative. I don't like Heather. I don't agree with Heather. I am very upset with Heather. But at the end of the day, my heart is still big and my heart still cares. And I, as a person, me personally, I cannot sit there and type those words and then let alone send it to somebody. Let alone knowing that I'm sending it to someone who is already on the edge. She's already thinking people are after her. So then people are out there sitting there validating it and showing, yeah, sometimes Heather is right, because some people are texting her stupid, fucking crazy, messed up, nasty shit. So it's just leave her alone. Like, don't kick a horse when they're down, pretty much, is all I'm saying. Like, I know some of y'all just really like to hate people, but believe me, it's a lot simpler just to commentate on the videos or something. sometimes it gets on your nerves. You go through a roll of emotions whenever you commentate on Heather's stuff. You know, no one has to, like, feel like they have to be the one to stop Heather. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if someone wants to donate to Heather, they're going to donate to Heather. If someone is going to, be mad at people like us who are, just kind of sharing Heather's story, but also letting people know that she does scam. There's some things that you needs to be called out for and needs to apologize, but it is what it is. I just think it's like, it's easier on you than to just, like, constantly just, you know what I'm saying, like, take it personal and go real life and text her mean things. Just kind of, like, just sit back and watch how it goes. You know what I'm saying? And I can't stand it, because I know there's, like, people out there who will be like, oh my gosh, she likes Heather. She doesn't want... No, baby, like, that's not what it is. That's just not my style. I don't bully people. I don't like bullies. I don't care. I mean, I have gotten pretty deep in some of my videos with her, and y'all have seen me in so many different emotions, and whenever she talks about the babies and the twins, that's the worst thing ever. So there's no telling what will come out of my mouth whenever that comes up. You know what I'm saying?
You are the real MVP here. Nike. You are the best. Look at my old little Nike bag, you guys. And look at this Nike bag. Xavier, remember when we got this Nike bag?
Yes.
In the park? And there were, like, some older guys.
Yeah.
There were, like, some older guys playing, what the fuck were they playing? Volleyball or soccer or football? Like, 3 of them.
Yeah.
It was right there by the Lincoln Memorial, or the Lincoln Monument.
Yes.
In Chicago. We're not in Washington. What is it called? Lincoln Monument or Lincoln Statue? It's like a statue of Lincoln.
Heritage Museum.
Yes, exactly. So this guy left this bag with a belt. Xavier was just, I swear to God, you guys, I could not make this up. Xavier was just saying, I need a belt. And I was just saying, I need a bag. And
Another bag.
we walk up to this bench, and lo and behold, there it is. And I asked the guy, like, oh my God, is that your bag? Don't mind my belly being out. I'm 6 months pregnant and I have no clothes that fit me. I said to him, oh my God, is that your bag? Because it was just empty. I'm sitting there, but I didn't want anyone to be like, oh, you took my bag. He's like, no. I'm like, have you guys seen anyone around this bag? I started asking everyone. Everyone's like, no. We grabbed the bag, sit there for like 20 minutes. No one ever came. I got this bag for free from a bench in Lincoln Park when I just got done telling Xavier I need a bag, and he just got done telling me I need a belt.
Why can't you ever tell me that you're gonna lie?
I did tell you. I said, I did tell you. I tell you every single time. I never don't. So.
You better watch it. He said, what did he say? Why not? What did he say? He said something like, why don't you ever tell me when you go live? I did tell you. I was going live. Oh, roommates.
Why can't you ever tell me that you're gonna lie?
I did tell you. I said, I did tell you. I tell you every single time. I never don't. So, I'm really upset. But I, am a little calmer than before. I quite frankly find the city of Chicago's 311 system to be absolutely repulsive. I don't understand what's going on there. I feel like they owe the general public some sort of explanation. I would love to lead that investigation. Who the fuck answers these 311 calls? What are their resources? What are the rates of completion, successful completion, placement, rehabilitation of any of the people calling on these services? And I just want you guys to know that thank you for me being so sad and mad and angry and broken down sometimes, and for you still turning on the live. I really appreciate that. We have a plan for today, so we have not given up. Anyone who knows that app that is, what does the app do? What does the app do? What does the app do? Babe, what does the app do?
New piece.
No, we're not going to do that right now. It gives you you guys, I'm so sorry. I smoked a little bowl. I was upset, really upset, so. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. The virtual business card. And it gives you like a QR code. So Xavier and I were talking, and I want to picture the street art from all of my trips, the ones that I chose. My photo shoots, some photos that I personally shot at the Black Lives Matter protest. One of them in 2020, I think it was. A couple of other social justice pieces that are actually, they're disguised as, not social justice, they're disguised as
That's not
social justice, but they're more so just like humanities pieces. And some other things, I'm putting them in a coffee table book, as I've been telling you guys. And I told Xavier, with all these hackers going in my phone, all I need to do is organize numerous versions of each page, have a bunch of different options, and then literally the day I want to launch from an unhacked device, publish, boom. It's not a lot at all. You can create a publish link through a lot of different sources. I've been doing a little bit of research. So I think that's going to be the next best step as far as the coffee table book is concerned. But in the meantime, 311 threw me off the list. We have to start like networking. Xavier and I do. So
not working.
If we create this virtual business card and then, walk around connecting with people, connecting them to not my personal blog page, because I want to keep all of this drama like out of my art. But if I could start making some sales as far as my art is concerned, the coffee table book is a good start. Then I won't need 311, At the same time, I told Xavier, like, what the fuck are you doing, Xavier? I send out 40 to 100 resumes every fucking day.
I'm working on the photography of Los Angeles.
Great. I know.
I'm working on photography of Los Angeles.
Oh, you are, and I support you in that. But at the same time, you need to at least get a few hours a day job. I told him
Both
I
of
will
y'all
go with
do.
you. If you're worried that I'm going to cheat on you, it's not going to happen. I'm 6 months pregnant with your child. I will go with you to your job and sit right there with you at your job. You can work 5 hours as a busboy or a server or a bartender, something for the love of God, you know? And then with what I
I'm kind of honestly surprised that he doesn't want to work because that's like his getaway time. That's like his free time. That's his recess. You know what I'm saying? He making money and then he can get away from Heather. If Heather will stay away from the job, she'll probably make him lose the job if she fucking stays up there with that big ass cart.
we can find a third, like a couple or a third person
What?
who, oh God, that's so
Ew.
tricky though. You have to have a lot of
What?
trust, you know, a lot of
What
trust.
the fuck are you talking about?
I think I can do
Couple,
it.
I would say a couple, like an older couple.
Just an established,
An
just
elderly
people
couple.
who have their own lives going on, you know, so that you don't have to be worried about just drama. Like, I don't even want them to, I wish that there was some sort of program, like rental program, where like you don't even have to see each other. Like, we can share this whole entire house and I won't be here when you're here and you don't have to be here when I'm here, you know? And we could literally like have 12-hour shifts of like a 2-bedroom apartment. We could be there from like 7 a.m. to 7 p.m.
No, stop.
No, from 7 p.m.
So
to
stupid.
7 a.m. And someone else can be there during the day. And there could be a shared workspace that we have. There's like 4 of them in the downtown area that are offices with fridges and computers and everything that you need. And they also have like a kids area, like playroom.
Girl.
It would literally be like being at home
No.
in my own office, socialization in a limited capacity.
What the fuck?
And it would be like the cost of
You want to live in a group home, bitch? You ain't taking your kids. What the fuck are you talking about? You just stop. Just stop. Why do you? She makes things so difficult. Just stop. Just go get a job and save up to go get a fucking small apartment. That's it. And then you move up the fucking ladder. Goodness gracious, she makes everything so difficult.
paying rent on like a 1-bedroom apartment to split rent on a 2-bedroom and do a co-working space that had a child care center, not a child care center, like that allowed your children to come. It is disruptive. So you have to understand that like you need other people who are okay with that you're not going to be actually working in the space the entire time. It's a living space, a working space. It's a,
I said an elderly couple.
when your personal blog, when
Xavier said, "Ours said an elderly couple," and now that I think about it, like, please don't move, don't even think about moving in with no elderly couple. I feel like they would be abused by y'all. I hope it's like y'all think they're elderly, but they're like from the South or something, and they fuck with them, play with, you know what I'm saying? Like, Heather, you're pretty much talking about like a shared space, like a rented room, a shared apartment. You want roommates.
your production company is your work. What? Not an elderly rich couple. That's like a sugar daddy, sugar baby situation. We're not doing that. Can you please go to CVS and get the gallon? I gave you the money.
I know.
You guys have no idea what they did to me with this fucking
Shut up.
poking.
I'm gonna slap her.
They were poking me and poking me and poking me, and I broke out in a hive. They're jerks.
She doesn't believe that. You can tell how she just fucking said that.
Stop. I asked you to go to CVS and get the water now, please. No, you weren't. Can you please go to CVS now? You promised like 30 minutes ago. What?
I said this is not content.
What's not content?
Snap. Someone's getting in trouble. They're gonna have a little fitty fight. He said this is not content. What? There, look, it's about to end too. Your husband's telling you to stop. This is not content. Stop talking to him like that. He's tired of it. You know the other thing that I was thinking about where I was like, oh my gosh, you need to calm down, was like, what if one day, come on, like we have to, pretty much most of us agree that Heather is not right in the head, Xavier's not right in the head. Xavier, I feel like he's on the spectrum. I feel like either one of them can like lose their cool quick, like, okay? So what, I was like, oh my gosh, like what if like, and this is why I don't take it personal, but I do stand up for her sometimes whenever people go too far and like text her stupid stuff, or they just go too far on the internet, and it's like, stop pushing. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a fine line of telling someone the fucking truth, the hard truth. You know, they may not want to hear it, but they gonna hear it. And pushing them, and you becoming the bully, and then you becoming like a part of the problem. Anyways, so I was thinking, what if Xavier like lost it one day and we had to see Heather like online in the news and because Xavier flipped out and lost it. Like, it's not far-fetched. It's really not. Especially whenever you're in the freaking homeless community and they both have mental problems and drugs is involved. It's scary. And I think most people do not think about things that could happen like that. That's why it's like, just back up, bro. Like, there's so much going on. We already see online, and there's even more that we don't see. So no one needs to, like, add to it to make it worse, if that makes sense.
Fucking CVS. I don't want them to know where I'm going.
They don't know where we are. There's, how many CVS's are there in the city? 5,000?
Google can get my lines of latitude and longitude.
Then they already know. Don't they?
Even if I have the GPS off.
Okay.
She's aggravated because he's not just going to CVS and he's trying to pretend, well, I don't want them to know where we're at. Well, Xavier, if they were following you, they would already know where y'all were at, right? So she's like, just aggravated, just go to CVS. Just go, you know, she's supposed to just, we don't have to play this game right now. Just go to CVS. Fucking go get my gal. And like, he's not following, like, they're gonna, oh, I wish the camera was still on whenever, like, she thought she ended the live. Because I want to know so bad what was said after this.
So I'm trying to be okay, and doing work and being productive is that's my only coping method. Like, I don't have anything else. I try to stay laying down. I can't lay down for longer than like a day. I'm just ready to I just can't, you know? So here we go. I'm going to wash my hair. And Xavier is going to get a gallon of water and bring it back here, and I'm going to wash my hair. He is going to pick up money for an NFT that he already sold. He already sold an NFT. Okay, so that's great. Thank God. The kids are okay. I sent them another message about what the weird shit that's been going on with me.
Oh my gosh,
I documented it here on Insta. What else? That's it. Tons of stuff, but like that's all for right now. I can't even. I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you guys are like planning your own shit out like in the same way. Like, if you do street art, if you're the street artist,
in front of Walgreens, selling ball and ink.
No,
drawings.
if you're the street artist in any of my photos that I'm posting, I'm gonna post them. If you want credit, I don't know.
Okay, I don't know where. I just saw her holding a $5 bill. But earlier she told Xavier that she gave him the cash to go get the water. So I wonder if they added something else to the list and now she's pulling out more. I'm so curious how much money she got right now.
You know how you want to make that work. I don't need to put them in the novel. I'm not going to pay anyone to put them in the coffee table book. This is just strictly for exposure purposes only. I'm taking on all the cost of getting it done and advertising it and things of that nature. But if you don't want it in there, I'm going to post up. I have a folder called Street Art. Those are the ones that I'm definitely going to be posting in the book. There are a few others I need to add. But if you can go in there, and I'll be posting a few more announcements about this. If you can go in there and let me know if you want credit, if you want to remain anonymous, but you don't want me to use it, or you want to remain anonymous and want me to use it, whatever. Just let me know if you see your shit in there, because I have a lot. So I still have to go back and get that. I have a lot of street art that I'm including, going all the way back to 2019-20 time. So not so much 19, more 20. It was like the summer of 2020 through the summer of 2021.
Who remembers those days?
I do.
He said he remembers those days. Oh, goodness.
All right, you guys, have a good day. Okay, you guys, Xavier is gonna go look for food in an hour if the sponsors are there. We're back by the beach, as I said. Please don't mind my face. I just washed my hair for the first time in 2 weeks. Look at me. I haven't had Botox in like 6 months. I haven't had Juvederm in like a year. Oof. Rough. Oh, someone help me, please. Whatever. I'm blow drying my hair. We're hungry. And so if someone could get us food, that'd be great. I'm sorry. Xavier is available for work through my DM. I will coordinate because he cannot handle the harassment on his mental health. It has been tremendous. So bartending, serving, bussing tables, please let me know.